Hello, my name is Masha Leder. I'm a mosaic enthusiast and I will teach you how to do a mosaic project with your child. In this case, I've been using a board to glue my mosaic on. However, you can also use a mesh and then afterwards glue it directly on one of the walls in your home. Some of the materials that I've been using is the adhesive. Basically, that is something that glues tile to either the wall or the board. The grout, sanded grout, I prefer buying the most expensive brand available. Some mosaic pieces you can always buy online or just any kind of tiles, and that's the mesh that you can put your mosaic on. These are the tile nippers to cut your tiles. So this is the board that I've been using. I found some kind of old piece of board, and the first thing I did is I did the thing that it's gonna hang on. So then my daughter and I cut some tiles and we started gluing it to the mesh. But before that, we actually drew a silhouette of a city. We decided to glue a mesh to the board later. However, you could have glued mosaic directly to the board. So if you glue things to the mesh, you want to use a big plastic bag to put your mesh on, because otherwise it's gonna get glued to your table. So in a day or two, when it dries, you peel it off the plastic and you cut the mesh on all the sides and you start putting the tile adhesive so that now you can glue your mosaic to wherever you want to. If you want to glue it directly to the wall in your house, you can do that. In my case, I wanted to give this piece as a present, so I wanted to have it on the board. So we glued it to the board and we let it dry for several days. Wanted to make sure that there are no excessive pieces of adhesive and try not to apply it in a way that it dries, because otherwise it's really hard to get it off later. Take all the excessive amounts away before it dries out and leave like that for a couple of days before you do the next step. So now you have to mix the grout with water until it reminds you of a kind of thick sour cream, and then you start applying this sour cream to your piece so that you put as much as to cover the entire piece. And after you cover the entire piece, you wait about 15-20 minutes, and then you take a piece of cloth, you get a big bowl of clean water, and you start taking off excessive amount of grout before it gets glued in. So basically what we did is we spread the grout in between the pieces of the mosaic. And then after that, you take a damp cloth and you make it shiny, and then you can hang it on the wall.